Welcome to the world of coin collecting, where even the smallest and most overlooked coins can hold incredible value. In this video, we're exploring a fascinating question that continues to stir curiosity across Canada and beyond. Can a Canadian penny really be worth $1 million? While it may sound unbelievable, the truth is that some rare Canadian 1-cent coins have sold for astonishing amounts at auction, and the reasons behind their value are both historical and fascinating. The Canadian penny has a long and rich history, first introduced in 1858 during Canada's colonial era. These early large copper cents bore the image of Queen Victoria and were considerably bigger than the modern penny we all knew before it. Was phased out in 2012. Over the decades, the design of the penny evolved with each new monarch, with the most iconic and lasting design being the maple leaf reverse introduced in 1937, created by artist George Kruger Gray. This image of two maple leaves on a twig became symbolic of Canadian identity and lasted with minor updates until the final penny rolled off the Royal Canadian Mint's production line in 2012. The reason for discontinuing the penny was financial. It cost about 1.6 cents to produce a coin worth just 1 cent. So the Canadian government retired the penny as a cost-saving measure, and though the coin disappeared from circulation, it didn't disappear from collectors' radars. In fact, the withdrawal of the penny has only increased interest in older and rare versions, with collectors, hobbyists, and investors all scouring their coin jars for hidden gems. What gives a Canadian penny its value today? There are 4 primary factors that affect a coin's desirability and market price: age, rarity, mint errors or unique varieties, and overall condition. Let's break that down a bit. Age is a straightforward factor. Older pennies, especially those from the 19th century, tend to be worth more, particularly if they're in good shape. Rarity is determined by how many of a particular coin were minted and how many have survived. A penny from a low mintage year or a coin with an unusual backstory is likely to be highly sought after. Then we have minting errors and die varieties. Small imperfections like double strikes, misaligned dies, or design anomalies can significantly increase a coin's value because they're so rare. Lastly, condition, often referred to as grade, matters greatly. A heavily worn coin might only fetch a few dollars, while a similar coin in mint state condition, showing no signs of circulation, could be worth hundreds or thousands. One of the most famous and mysterious Canadian pennies of all time is the 1936 dot penny. This legendary coin was created during a time of transition when King George V passed away, and his son, Edward VIII, was supposed to take the throne. But due to his abdication, a delay occurred in producing new coinage with the new monarch's image. As a result, the Royal Canadian Mint added a small dot beneath the date on some 1936 pennies to indicate they were minted in 1937, using leftover dies. Only 3 of these dot pennies are known to exist today, making them incredibly rare. One example sold at auction for over $400,000, and experts believe that in perfect condition it could easily command a price of $1 million or more. This is why the phrase $1 million penny isn't just hype. It reflects real market behavior in the world of rare coins. But the 1936 dot isn't the only penny to watch out for. Other valuable examples include the 1923 small cent, which had a very low mintage and can fetch over $2,000 in excellent condition, and the 1955 no shoulder fold penny, a rare variety of Queen Elizabeth II's coin where the shoulder detail is missing due to a design variation. Even more modern coins, like some 2006 pennies that were made with different metallic compositions, magnetic versus non-magnetic, can be worth something extra to collectors. If you're sitting on a jar full of pennies at home, now's the time to take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass, pay attention to the year, check for unusual details, and compare your finds with online coin databases or a Canadian coin catalog. Some signs to watch for include doubling on the date or letters, off-center designs, or odd textures. You can also weigh your pennies if you suspect a metal variation, as slight weight differences can point to rare compositions. And remember, condition matters. Coins that have never been circulated or that have been carefully stored are far more valuable. So, while the odds of owning the $1,000,000 penny are slim, they're not impossible. And even a less rare coin could be worth hundreds. In part 2 of this video, we'll dive into how to protect, appraise, and possibly sell your coins, and what mistakes to avoid when dealing with collectors or buyers. With abrasives, can destroy its collector value. Use a soft cotton glove if possible, and consider placing potential finds in coin flips or holders, which are available online or at coin shops. Next, it's important to evaluate your coin's grade and authenticity. Professional grading. Services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or ICCS, International Coin Certification Service in Canada, can provide an official evaluation. They assess factors like strike quality, luster, wear, and overall eye appeal, and then assign a grade, typically on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. Coins that are in the MS, mint state range, usually MS 60 and above, can command significantly higher prices. If your coin looks nearly flawless with no signs of circulation, it may be worth having it graded. However, grading services come with a cost, so you'll want to reserve that for coins you have reason to believe are rare or valuable. Before spending money on grading, you can consult online guides, Facebook groups, Reddit threads, or local numismatic clubs to get a rough idea of your coin's potential worth. Community feedback is often very helpful and free. Once you have a clearer idea of a coin's value, the next step is deciding where and how to sell it. If that's your goal, there are several options. Online marketplaces like eBay, specialized coin auction sites such as Heritage Auctions or CoinSandCanada.com, local coin dealers, and coin shows. Each method has its pros and cons. eBay, for example, gives you access to a large audience but requires good photography, trust building, and sometimes dealing with returns or disputes. Coin dealers can offer a quick sale but may give you less than the retail value. Auction houses, while often charging a commission, can bring serious collectors into the bidding process. And if your coin is extremely rare, an auction may fetch the highest price. Be sure to research recent sales for similar coins to set realistic expectations, and don't fall for scammers who pressure you to sell quickly or for cash without a fair appraisal. On the flip side, if you're looking to build a collection rather than sell, these same strategies help in reverse. A. Study the market. Learn about different varieties, such as magnetic versus non-magnetic pennies from the mid-2000s, or large versus small date designs, and understand what a fair price is for a coin in a given condition. Start small, perhaps, by filling in year sets or collecting pennies from a specific monarch's reign. Many collectors begin with inexpensive coins and gradually work up to rarer pieces. The best way to protect your collection is by storing it properly. Use acid-free albums, airtight capsules, or archival coin flips. Keep them in a cool, dry environment away from humidity, sunlight, and extreme temperatures. Label your coins clearly, either with year and variety or any notable details, especially if they're errors or have unique compositions. And if you're ever unsure about a coin's identity or value, don't hesitate to reach out to a local coin dealer or collector community. It's also smart to keep a record of your collection in case of insurance claims or inheritance planning. Now, while it's exciting to think about finding a $1,000,000 penny, most valuable coins are worth anywhere from $10 to $5,000, depending on the rarity and grade. But even if your coin isn't among the top-tier finds, it could still be a part of a larger story, one that spans generations, economies, and national history. After all, the Canadian 1-cent coin has touched nearly every Canadian household for over a century, and finding meaning or joy in that connection is part of what makes collecting so rewarding. So, whether you're hunting for treasure, saving family heirlooms, or just curious about the value of the coins in your drawer, the key is knowledge. Learn the years to look for, understand what makes certain pennies rare, and treat each coin with care and respect. You might be surprised what turns up with a little patience and curiosity. Thanks for joining us on this two-part journey into the fascinating world of Canadian 1-cent coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow collectors or anyone who might be sitting on a valuable coin without even knowing it. Keep your eyes open, your hands clean, and your change jars handy, because you never know when a penny could be worth a fortune.